appreciate that President Biden has called to offer his condolences and many federal resources. Thank you to my fellow mayors who have reached out from across the country, many of whom lead communities who have experienced this pain and tragedy. Thank you to Governor Pritzker, Senator Duckworth, Congressman Schneider, Senator Morrison, Representative Morgan, and ISP Director Brendan Kelly for joining us today. Your support and assistance is appreciated and critical at this difficult time. Our community, like so many before us, is devastated. It's impossible to imagine the pain of this kind of tragedy until you're confronted with it. Gun violence, a mass shooting such as this, casts a much wider net of agony than what the public is typically exposed to. It's a crisis that devastates entire families and communities in a single moment, and we know it's going to take a long, long time, if ever, to heal. Again, I want to extend my thanks to the people and resources who are moving this investigation forward, and we all look forward to bringing this individual to justice. On behalf of the City of Highland Park, our hearts are broken for the victims and their families. As we always do, we support each other. We are Highland Park strong. At this time, I'd like to introduce Governor Jb Pritzker.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor Rodering. Thank you for your leadership on this tragic day. Good afternoon. I want to begin today by honoring the heroic actions of law enforcement who ran toward the gunshots that they heard today. In particular, lives were saved because the Highland Park Police Department courageously protected and served their community. I also want to thank our Illinois State Police who have been coordinating on the ground since this morning with Highland Park PD, neighboring police forces, the County Task Force, FBI, and ATF. Our troopers will continue the investigation and search until the job is done. To the residents of Highland Park and surrounding communities, this murderer will be brought to justice. But until that happens, please follow instructions from local authorities on how best to keep you and your family safe. And please know that every resource at the state's disposal will be available to you in the days and weeks ahead as you recover from this horrific tragedy. A little while ago, I spoke with President Biden, who pledged all support the White House can provide. The president agrees with me. This madness must stop. This morning, a gunman opened fire on a July 4th parade in Highland Park, taking 6 innocent lives, leaving at least 24 people in the hospital, traumatizing countless children and families, and shattering the peace of this community. The families of 6 individuals woke up today to join a community celebration of our nation's independence. They will go to bed tonight less than whole. There are no words for the kind of evil that shows up at a public celebration of freedom, hides on a roof, and shoots innocent people with an assault rifle. There are no words I can offer to lessen the pain of those families who will no longer associate the 4th of July with celebration, but instead with grief. Please know that our state grieves with you, that MK and I and our family grieve with you. It is devastating that a celebration of America was ripped apart by our uniquely American plague. A day dedicated to freedom has put into stark relief the one freedom we as a nation refuse to uphold, the freedom of our fellow citizens to live without the daily fear of gun violence. You know what I love about 4th of July? We celebrate the founding of this wonderful nation by gathering with family and friends and enjoying parades and fireworks. Our cameras on days like this are filled with messy faces and reckless smiles and pretty sunsets, an effort to bottle up that unique feeling of sun-filled joy. That's what evil took from us today. That's what gun violence robs us of, no matter the neighborhood or the city it erupts in. If you're angry today, I'm here to tell you, be angry. I'm furious. I'm furious that yet more innocent lives were taken by gun violence. I'm furious that their loved ones are forever broken by what took place today. I'm furious that children and their families have been traumatized. I'm furious that this is happening in communities all across Illinois and America. I'm furious because it does not have to be this way. And yet we as a nation, well, we continue to allow this to happen. While we celebrate the 4th of July just once a year, mass shootings have become our weekly, yes, weekly, American tradition. There are going to be people who say that today is not the day, that now is not the time to talk about guns. I'm telling you, there is no better day and no better time than right here and right now. It's the 4th of July, a day for reflection on our freedoms. Our founders carried muskets, not assault weapons. And I don't think a single one of them would have said that you have a constitutional right to an assault weapon with a high-capacity magazine, or that that is more important than the right of the people who attended this parade today to live. Yes, I'm angry. We as a nation deserve better. Let us pray for the injured and those who are still in the hospital tonight. And may the memory of those we lost today be a blessing and a call to action. I want to turn the podium over to our Senator, Tammy Duckworth.
Thank you, Mr. Governor. This morning, I got up, like most Americans, like the families of the 6 who were killed, to celebrate life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those 6 families no longer have that opportunity. My heart goes out to those families who will never see their loved ones again. And I've made it clear to both Governor Pritzker and Mayor Rodering that I would do whatever I can at the federal level to get them the resources they need, not just to catch a shooter, but to help Highland Park recover from this tragedy. I was just on the phone with Senator Durbin, who is driving here as quickly as he possibly can to come to Highland Park. And he also sends his condolences and his thoughts. And you know, he and I recently in the Senate last month proved that bipartisan compromise on gun safety is possible. Today, we have seen that we can't just stop there. We have to do more to keep our communities safe. We have to get rid of assault weapons, high-capacity magazines, and so many other additional common sense reforms that wide majorities of Americans are crying out for. And so today I will go home and hug my babies a little tighter in gratefulness that they are safe. But I think about the babies and the families who lost moms and dads and grandparents today. And we must do more. I just listened to the sound of that gunfire from one of the videos that was captured. And let me tell you that the last time I heard a weapon with that capacity firing that rapidly on the 4th of July was Iraq. It was not the United States of America. We can, and we should, and we will do better. So I just want to thank the mayor for everything that she's done. The president gave me a call as well. The White House did. And we also just spoke to the Secretary of Homeland Security, who also have pledged to send all the resources that we need. With that, I'm going to turn this back over to Governor Pritzker.
I can take a couple of questions.
Governor, any update about the suspect so far? Something that you know about the suspect?
Turn it over to Chief.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you know,
So yeah, so there's not an update right now. So give us a little time to have our officers and detectives and investigators continue their work. We're working diligently and as hard as we can. As you know, these things move very, very quickly, and a lot of information is coming in rapidly. We're trying to sort through what's credible, what's not credible in our pursuit of the person of interest. So nothing new as we stand here, but as soon as we know something new, we will definitely bring it to you. Thank you.
Thank you.